I'm a racing driver. I get to go all around the world. I get to drive fabulous cars in fabulous places. I go everywhere. I'd love to live in a fabulous place. I'd love to live in a village like this. Just look at the place. Absolutely incredible. But the main thing I want, the real thing I want, is the aspirational car. The car of my dreams. What I've always looked forward to. And now I've got it. This one. The 911 Turbo, the new twin-turbo 911, 189 miles an hour and 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds. And I've got this one for the day. So, what do I think of the 911 Turbo on the road? Well, I have to say, I like it. It's great, does everything you'd hope it would do, but it's not in any way inspiring. It could be a Golf GTI, it could be a Merc, it could be a BMW, I could be driving any of those cars. It's certainly not the environment I want it to be. In every respect, it's perfectly okay. It's got a nice light clutch, it hasn't got a heavy clutch at all, the brakes are good, the weighting of the steering's nice, you have a nice aspect in the car, good visibility front and rear. And I actually like the interior of the car. Obviously, depending on what colour you had, what specification you have, then you can have the interior however you want. This is the standard specification of this car. It's leather throughout, leather seats, leather trim, Alcantara roof lining, which is very nice, sunroof. The car comes, believe it or not, at £86,000 with a stereo cassette. I can't understand that. I don't have any cassettes left, and I don't think anybody ever buys a cassette, so it's remarkable that the car should come without a CD system, but you can upgrade to a CD at quite small cost. So yeah, it's great, it's lovely, it's a fabulous little car. Performance, it really is incredible. We're going along now at just about 30 miles an hour in third gear. If I accelerate, then it's quick. The car is phenomenally quick. I can't even come close to exploring the possibilities of this car on the road. You just feel that in order to really get the best out of this car, you would have to be driving like a complete lunatic. And the only place really where we can drive like a complete lunatic and actually really feel what this car is doing if we get ourselves on a racetrack. We're at Castle Combe, which is a good circuit. It's very fast. I haven't actually raced at Castle Combe for quite a few years, so I'm going to see what I think of the car. At the moment, I've got all the bells and whistles all turned on. I've got obviously the ABS, which you can't turn off, the PSM, which is the system that basically monitors everything. It's Porsche's own way of doing everything with the car. It sorts out the braking, it sorts out the acceleration, it totally monitors the whole of all the other systems that the Porsche normally has. So I think for the first couple of laps, I'll just try it and see what happens. On my first lap, I'm just going to be a little bit careful. And as I floor, that's interesting, as I floor it then, I can feel this PSM working. The PSM is obviously, it just felt like the car just began to slide a little bit. And normally it'd just come off the gas a little bit. But that sort of did it for me. I'm not sure if that was quite what I wanted. This next corner is camp. It's very, very tight. It's second gear, turn in. The front works nicely. Try and waft it. And I'm not sure if I actually like that, to be honest. It's PSM we can actually turn off and see if that's more fun. Come into the chicane, turn in, floor it, and whoa. Haha! Now that's more like it. That was good. Felt a little bit more. That was good. That was exactly what it should be like. Suddenly I was in control. But this is good. Flick it into there and waft it, and whoa! That's nice. I am a mad ferret now that I've driven this on the track. The balance of the car is superb. There's a tiny little bit of understeer as I go in, and you can feel that 420 brake horsepower is there helping you. I must admit that I could happily drive this round here for the whole day. Right, I'm back where I started, back in the fabulous village, and I've driven the fabulous car for a day. I've driven it on the road and I've driven it on the track. And I have to say, it's everything I ever dreamed it would be. It does everything you want. On the road, it drives like a Golf GTI. I've always said that the best test of a fast car is how well it goes slowly. And this car goes slowly, beautifully, but it goes fast like nothing you've ever driven. It is a racing car on the road. It turns in, it accelerates, it brakes, absolutely beautiful. And as a racing driver, I couldn't want any more. But would I buy one? Would I spend my £86,000 on one of these? Well, I have to say that if I had £86,000 and I lived in a village like this, for sure I would, because I wouldn't want to use it every day. It doesn't have to be all things to all men. It can sit there in the garage and you can use it. If you want, you can use it like a motorbike. So yes, if I could have one, I would definitely have one. And if you can have one, you definitely should get one.
Have you seen the price of kids' shoes? Shocking! And they're not just